Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today I have a huge pleasure of reviewing the latest Gshock Rangeman, the GPR-B1000, which is the first solar-powered GPS watch in the world and first Gshock to feature GPS navigation. But before we move on, I just wanted to thank Silvertime Watchdog for supplying this watch, and if you want to check them out, you can click on the link in the description. Now back to the watch. First, I want to talk about what this watch isn't. Despite it having the ability to connect to your phone using Bluetooth, this is not a typical smartwatch like an Apple iWatch or Samsung Gear. You won't be able to read emails on it or get notified when someone is calling you. Also, despite being an outdoor sports watch, it's not a typical activity tracker like Garmin and Suunto. So you won't be able to hook up a heart rate monitor nor see how many calories you spent during your run. Then what exactly is this thing? This is a survival tool. A watch that in my opinion should be worn by anyone and everyone who ventures into wilderness or unknown territory, as this watch could literally save your life one day. Because when you get lost in the woods or in a jungle or even a desert, outside of any cell phone coverage, you won't care about emails or being in your fat-burning zone. The only thing you'll care about is how to get back to safety. And that is what this watch does. Thanks to its completely independent GPS navigation that doesn't need Google Maps to operate, as it simply draws a line when you're moving, it allows you to use the backtracking option and simply go back following that same line to safety. But that's not the brilliant part. The truly brilliant part is that even when your Garmins and your Suuntos die after being away from a power source for a few days, this will keep working, thanks to its solar power and efficiency. And that is when the lack of a colorful look at me screen starts to make sense. It spends less power, giving you a little bit extra GPS usage time. Don't get me wrong, this cannot operate the GPS indefinitely, as it's still a power-hungry function. So you get 33 hours of non-stop GPS operation, after which the watch needs to recharge. But unlike other GPS watches that you can only watch it die on you as their operating hours go away, turning the GPS off on this gives the watch the ability to recover all that lost energy using light. In fact, it's so efficient that if you use GPS for only a couple of hours a day, let's say during a run, a hike, or a bike run, you will never have to use the supplied wireless charger. And that is what makes it a better smartwatch than anything out there. Just because it's not yet another gadget that you have to remember to plug in overnight to use it the next day. Also, using the navigation is made as simple as possible. You press the dedicated navigation button twice, wait a few minutes for the watch to connect to the satellites, and just start walking, running, or riding your bike. Once you get lost or reach your destination, you press the same button twice again and the watch will take you back. It's as simple as that. Of course, the watch offers more by giving you the ability to store waypoints, and if you use the phone and the app, it even gives you the ability to create a route you can upload to the watch and let it navigate you. But the essence of this watch is this simple track me from A to B and show me how to get back from B to A function. This simple yet efficient ability is the one that will be saving lives if this becomes a watch hikers and adventurers choose to wear. And when you're safely back to civilization, you end up with one of the most complete Gshock watches ever made. Meaning you get the regular 200-meter water resistance, shock and vibration resistance, and mud resistance. As a regular watch, it's self-charging, self-adjusting, and comes with almost all Gshock and ProTrack goodies you can imagine. So you get a 1,000-hour stopwatch that measures down to 1 second, a 24-hour countdown timer settable down to a second, 4 alarms with a snooze function, and the world time function with 39 cities that can be expanded up to 300 using the phone. It also has a full ABC package, so you get an altimeter, barometer, compass, and thermometer. On top of that, this is one of the rare Gshocks that has both sunrise-sunset times and tide and moon age data. The only thing missing on this watch to make it the ultimate dream Gshock is the depth meter. Other than that, everything you can imagine is here. Then we get to the construction of the thing. It is a premium Gshock through and through, and it feels like that. It uses a carbon reinforced resin strap. The caseback is made of ceramic to allow for wireless charging, but the additional benefit is that it looks gorgeous and is virtually scratch proof. So is the crystal, that is made of sapphire, and behind it is the first negative screen Casio made that is actually usable. I have never owned a negative screen Gshock, as I hate to sacrifice readability for cool looks. But if I were ever to get one, it would definitely be this one. It is really amazing. Even my wife, who thinks the watch in itself is ugly, finds the screen beautiful. So is this the best and perfect Gshock? For many people it is. For me, not really. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing in every way possible, but just like every Gshock so far, it's not perfect, meaning it has some drawbacks. First, the size. This thing is huge. It even dwarfs my GWF-D1000, which is already an incredibly oversized watch. And if you put the Rangeman next to a square, like my DW5000, you realize just how big this thing is. Secondly, although using the navigation itself is very intuitive and easy, using other functions can be very fiddly, especially to people who are used to regular Gshocks. Almost everything you use on this watch requires you to spin the crown to a selection or going through sub-menus, not to mention the constant yes-no questions popping up on the screen for just about everything, which does become annoying despite giving it the smartwatch feel. Also, I don't understand why the moon and tide function need to be set up using the app, when non-smart Gshocks have had this function for decades. Lastly, although the watch is built like a tank and gives an amazing feel of solidity, the Frogman with its massive stainless steel case feels like a better built watch. It just oozes quality. Don't get me wrong, the Rangeman is one of the best built Gshocks I have handled, but Frogman feels more premium, which explains why it's more expensive than this, even though it doesn't even come close to it when it comes to functions. But despite these annoyances, I think it is one of the best Gshocks ever made, just not the best. And if it weren't for the size, I would definitely add this to my collection. So if Casio is listening, which I highly doubt, please make a smaller version. Also, if you're a hiker, a soldier, or any other type of adventurer that risks getting lost, I would buy this if I were you, as it could save your life one day, even if it's a backup of a backup that you use. Now before we end, I wanted to let you know that I won't be doing a tutorial for this because a fellow YouTuber I follow, WatchUp69, made a series of Rangeman dedicated videos including incredibly detailed tutorials. Well, for pretty much everything this watch does, including the app functionality. So if you want to find out how to operate this like a pro, I will put a link to his Rangeman playlist in the description, so do check it out. Well, this completes this week's review, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here, and until the next video, bye.